entering the Chakaverse. Chaka Crypto. Welcome to the Chakaverse. He all speaking Chaka facts, I'm all speaking Chaka words. We all making Chaka raps, we call this the Chakaverse. No, I can't help you cop the bag, but I can help you do research. So come and join the Chaka pack and explore the Chaka universe.
What is going on, everybody? I'm Chaka Crypto. This is a Chakaverse. That was a pretty long intro, but these projects are amazing, so I wanted to put it out there for you guys. Real quick, let me say what's up to the chat. We got DeFi DJ and Jack saying, let's go. I apologize. My dog is barking. He must have company right now. David Newland, hello. If I say your name wrong, I apologize. And welcome, everybody. I appreciate everybody showing up. Rather Lost saying, let's grow. Laura Ashley, hello, everybody. Well, hello, Laura. And we have Mia right here. AU, nice. Appreciate you. Aaron saying, what's up? And I got Aaron and Narf the Mad. I got Frank in the background ready to pop up. Let me see. Joseph Melee, what is this intro? Let's go, DPS and Chaka. That yeah, it was a pretty long intro. Thank you for that. Thank you. Douglas McMahon saying DPS rules. And MK2000, great job on that, Chaka. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Lead Slash saying hi. And Seth saying, hey, Chaka DPS for life. And without further ado, let's pull up our guest today. We have Aaron and Frank. What is going on?
What's up?
What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Just learning this little thing here, doing this thing. I love it. I keep looking at y'all's backgrounds, so I can't get over it. I'll be ready next time, but y'all, this is just my house back here.
Nice. I hear that's my dogs aren't the only dogs barking.
No, my dog is answering your dog. He heard
you
from my speakers, and he's yelling. He's telling him.
Yeah, they're communicating. We should put them on stream. And
Jerry's away to the microphone too, so y'all are gonna probably hear Jerry at some point. We all
DeFi Gigi and Jack says, let's grow Chaka exposure. Tim Shea in the house. What up, Tim? What's going on, man? We're here with Dead Poker Society. We have Frank here. He's going to be doing what do you call it? A draw and sip?
We call it the drink and draw. We do it every Friday.
Drink and draw. That's right.
Yeah.
I finally get
I draw.
I finally get a chance to check it out. Aaron on camera this time. LFG. That's right. So
yeah,
we're here.
Turn that off too, Dave. So be careful. I'm learning.
So we're here for a deep dive into the Fall Bash NFTs. So where would you like to get started? Where do you want to start?
Really, man, just at the kind of the beginning, what we're trying to do is kind of take the $25 that somebody's going to spend to mint, on a little adventure, sort of to show them, what it goes through, right? Because there's so much stuff, it's hard to digest. I always like to use the Crystal analogy of the burrito, right? So it's like, we have all these ingredients and we can make this badass yummy burrito, but if we just shove it down your throat all at once and never let you see what's inside of it, it might not be enjoyable, So ultimately, the $25 that somebody spends in the starting point of its journey, through the bash is kind of what we're looking to do in a deep dive sense. So, if you wanted to start somewhere, like I can see you right there on Twitter, if you go to our link tree right there, right there. That's our website, which will get you there too, but the link tree is the next one underneath it. But either way,
let's go that one.
Yeah, right there. There you go. That'll take you right to the Fall Bash Mint page right there with the red little maple leaves. And so when you can get to this page like we just did on Linktree, or you can go into our Discord, which has official links. It actually has several dedicated channels, which I'm sure we'll see in a minute, right? But essentially, you just get on this page, and I believe right now Matic's actually down, so it's a little less than $25. But just like any other mint, you're going to connect your wallet, you're going to click, and you're going to mint, and it's $25 to get one of these, 20 decks. That 1080 number you see is actually representing 20 decks of cards, right? And so essentially, when somebody mints, the first thing they want to look at is the traits in the NFT. So if you want to, you can see them on here if you just click on any of the traits, or you can go to OpenSea, whatever you prefer to do. Yeah, but when you click on there, and then you see that little plus sign down at the bottom right, by that little square down there, you click that, the info, yeah, that right there. And that'll tell you traits, right? So you see where it says access month is October, and then you got your number card, your suit, which, those are for like other things we do, like the Collect 14 we have and some different tournaments that we do, right? But essentially, that's what you're looking for. That access month will tell you what month you're going to play in, right? So the very first thing you want to do when you come over here and you just mint for $25 is figure out, do you want to play the whole bash, all 3 months, September, October, November, or do you want to just jump in, get a month of randomness like this one would have been October, right? And so you can come play in these games. Now, if you did that, you have to obviously sit out September. You have to sit out in November, right? So the goal is to get all 3 months, right? And a little bonus incentive for people that do that to mint all 3 months might take 5 tries, might take only 3, right? It might take 6 tries. But when you do that, you're actually going to get into 2 tournaments exclusively. They're called our holiday tournaments. And the only way to get into those is either to mint one of the, I think there's 26 in the traits as instant winners, or you have to mint 3 months, right? So you have to mint one of each month, and then you're going to get that bonus too, right? And that's the tip of the iceberg. So let you digest that in any Q&A, and then we can kind of,
Yeah. So
holiday game. Oh, sorry. I was going to say there's 2 holiday games that you get into total, right? It's the holiday.
Right. There's a Thanksgiving and a Christmas, right?
Thanksgiving and Halloween.
Yes, that's right. I don't know why I said Christmas. Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving and Halloween are the holiday tournaments.
Right.
So there's a lot. I want to go through everything with this project. Okay, so also on top of these mints, there's also a chance for them to win the instant prizes, correct?
Correct. And if you want to throw up our Discord on another tab that we can go back and forth, I'd love to show you right there where that says Fall Bash again with those maple leaves, that category right down a little bit, right there. That whole entire category, that channel you're in, and the other 9 channels underneath it are all dedicated to the Fall Bash, right? So the easiest way to kind of go over everything we're going to talk about today is to start in our Discord right here where you're at with the breakdown. And then when you mention the instant winners that you just talked about, they're right below that. And then it continues on those channels down there through the founders, the daily, the weekly, and all those games. But that's a good place to start is come in here, look at this. This will break it down for you as far as how many are in the collection, what months you're looking for, as you can see right there. I'm moving my mouth around like you can see it on your screen.
No, you can't. You also can. You can share your screen if you'd like.
Oh, can I? How do I do that?
At the bottom, there's a plus sign that says present, and then you can just share your screen if you wanted to walk through some stuff.
Yeah, man, let me do that because that would be really, really cool because then I can kind of show you where my mind's going as I say this stuff. Hang on one second.
DJ says, "Hey Chaka, you got my favorite people today, LFG." That's right. Awesome, man. Appreciate you guys showing. And you guys hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let's help these projects out. You know, every like pushes it up in the algorithm, gets more eyes on this video, and plus, you know, it helps me out too. Hit that like.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a present button down there.
Can you see it? Is it seeable now?
And you can see it right now. So now it's all you controlling the computer.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, essentially what I was showing you here. So this category right here, so I can just collapse the whole entire category, right? It's gone. That category called Fall Bash right there is actually housed everything that we're doing here. This is actually Frank's suggestion, and I really like it because the Summer Bash we gave one channel to, and you know, in Discord, once you have a post and then it goes and then it goes and it goes, next thing you know, you're scrolling for 20 minutes to try to find something, right? So you can start right here in this Fall Bash channel like we were just at. And essentially, we've got a post for everything and a graphic for everything. So the first thing you want to do, if you're just really simple and you're saying, hey, give me the details, you know, the simplicity once over, I'll read all the, you know, fine print later. Just come look at the graphic in each channel. So this one's going to tell you, we're minting our Fall Bash. You got $15,000 in prizes. The mint started on August 7th, and it's going to close on September 7th. We run them for the last month of the last bash, if that makes sense, right? So August is the last month of our Summer Bash. We run our mint through that. That way we can go from one to the other, you know? What you got, Chaka? Nice. I see you smiling.
No, I was laughing at the chat. The chat had me laughing.
Oh, okay.
City Girl says, "Disco, your nose seems a bit brown," because he said, "Hey, Chaka, you got my favorite people on today."
Oh yeah, man. Disco's our favorite people too, though. So you know.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say I'm not gonna take credit for what, you know, this layout. I just suggested it, but it's only because Krista designed it in the Battle Buddies Discord first. And so that's the idea. So I ain't taking her credit for her idea. I just
no, that's cool. It was just you guys are always so vocal and helping me do everything. And actually, as we're looking at these posts, you can see right here where it says the Oz. I can't take credit for this post either, right? If this post was done by me, you guys would still be asking me what it says, you know, 5 days later, you know. So Krista and Frank are very integral, if that's the correct word, for helping me with this stuff, you know. But so here it is, right? We'll go back to where we were, right? Here's each NFT is going to have an access. So there's 351 of each, right? To give you, you know, a breakdown of the 1,080. So these numbers are all going to add up to 1,080. And this all access right here, this one right here is going to actually, there's only 27. And I think we've got about maybe 10 to 12 of them already minted. So there's several left, right? But that's going to give you access to, just like it says, all 3 of these months right here. And then you're also, those are the weekly tournaments, all 3 months, right? And then you'll get the holiday tournaments. So let's go see what the weekly tournaments are about. So when you get into these weekly tournaments, same thing, right? Go to the top. You're going to see a simple graphic. If this is all you want to read, just go in here and read this graphic. It tells you everything. There's your prize pool, first place, second place, third place, and then the Bubble Boy tournament, Friday nights at 8, Saturdays at 4 Central. We may move this down to 2 Central. A lot of folks overseas have kind of expressed time, you know, changes on that. So that's really opened the door for a lot of players that could not make Friday nights at 8 p.m. in our Summer Bash. Now they have an opportunity for the same $25, right? We didn't raise our mint cost or anything like that. We just turned around and reallocated some of the funds to give them an opportunity to get the same value out of that $25 that everybody else does that can play in Friday night games, right? So essentially that's what the setup is for your monthly trait that we talked about. So that October, September, November, all of those, when you get that, you're going to get into these 2 games a week for that entire month, period. The minimum you'll get is that, right? And then the prize pool and everything's here for you. But then, like we said, that Bubble Boy prize right here, this one at the bottom, this is actually 2 different things. In these particular tournaments, it's a prize entry into an exclusive tournament here that's just going to be for those folks, right? So if you do the math on that, there's going to be 8 a month, 3 months, you know, you got 24 people in this tournament playing for that money. Another set of our tournaments, you'll see there actually going to be a prize for the Bubble Boy, right? On some of these tournaments, it's going to say Bubble Boy $25, and you have that as well. So just look in whatever tournament you're playing in is the point I'm making for the prize structure. So we say the holiday tournaments. Let's use those as an example. If you come to the holiday tournaments, there's the prize payout right there. See? And it's all set up that same way. There's the bubble I was just talking about for $25. You get a bounty if you can knock me out before the final table in any of these games, right? And there's a lot of them that have that. So just look. If you're about to register and play for any of these games, right? If you're going to play for the Joker tournament and you want to know what's going on, come in here and look. There's the bounty and everything for the Joker tournament right there for you. And so essentially tying this back in, right? When we're minting, we're going for that one of the 3 months or all access if we're lucky. Then we're checking the traits for instant winners, which we'll get back to, right? Because I know you've showed that several times, Chaka. And this is a great graphic we have for this, but it's also all right here. But essentially, you've got all this stuff in the mint, right? So in addition to those traits we just looked at a minute ago where it said which month, if we go find one of the winners, you're also going to see where it will say instant winner, and it'll tell you won movie tickets, or it'll say instant winner, and it'll tell you won comedy club tickets, right? And that's one way to get instant winners. Or it might say, instant winner, free entry, and so then you might get free entry into the last chance tournament, right? You might get free entry into the, holiday tournaments and things like that. So those are in there too, but they're not in the value. So you still have $4,800 worth of stuff to win here on top of those tournament entries. And so with the combination of all that, right, all that stuff we're talking, tournament entries, $5,000 worth of instant winners and all that, that's where we get the 1 in 3 chance of winning. So when you do the math on that, there's literally 1/3 of these NFTs. So if you do 1,080 and you divide that by 3, it's 360 instant winners between these $5,000 worth of prizes and tournament entries, right? And so all of that you can win without ever playing poker,
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's great, man. I love what you guys got going on here. There's so many opportunities for people just to get, win stuff, and the prizes
win shit.
Yeah, shit, I like that, and the prizes are crazy, man. I always show that graphic of the instant winners because that's great. It's just they're some badass prizes. They really are.
Yeah, for sure. And we try to give it back, right. So if you look at, for instance, if you come up here, and a lot of our community knows about this, right? Let me get to the right channel. But if you go to tournament winners, for instance, right, you can kind of go back through our whole history inside this channel. So when you go into tournament winners, you can see like everything we've done, not necessarily every little tiny tournament where we gave somebody $25 or $50 and stuff like that. Not necessarily all of those, some of them, but all the sanctioned tournaments, the scheduled tournaments are for sure in here. Even one we did last night where we just I was in a Twitter space, right? And we gave out prizes. We gave out a fall bash. We gave out a summer bash last chance. We gave out a Z horse. These have actually been paid and I need to update them. But you can see here like the road to Richmond, right? Our summer bash grand prize was based upon going to Richmond for the IRL event, for the convention. And so these 3 winners, Drywall himself won this one. And I believe I announced it. Let me show you the announcement here. But these Drywall and Your Ops guy and Creature, that's it. I don't know why I forget them all together. They all won this first place prize, which is $1,000, which we paid out. That's why you see these check marks, right? And then they get this also. They get this additional package while they're in Richmond. This prize package is coming from Jesse Smith himself from Carcaeus. He's hosting the event. It's been going on for 35 years. He's been running it, I think, for the last 18 years, or at least 8. I get my numbers mixed sometimes, but he's been on it for quite a while. This is going to be from him. And all these things are roughly going to give you access to, all those days that you're there. So 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to also be playing poker. And so Sunday being the main event, right? And all these winners of this $1,000 seat will get into that main event and they'll be playing for $3,500, right? So there's another project, Ink and Ace, and they're bringing 3 people. So they're taking 3 seats and they're going to be at the main event. We're taking 3 seats and then we're going to be at the main event. And then Friday night and Saturday night, we're going to run games in real life at Richmond for anybody that wants to come and sign up and play in those games. If you win the Friday or the Saturday, you get to occupy one of those other 2 seats, right? And so then if you've done the math, you realize there's 1 seat left for our table of 9. We found out recently that Dead Poker actually has now been allocated that seat to do for a giveaway. So we're actually going to let one other person, we're not going to pay the $1,000 again, but if they're going already, we're going to let one other person have that seat and sit down and play with us for that $3,500. And that was our, summer bash theme, right? The road to Richmond.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. Damn. Now, when you guys do this tournament, are you going to put it on Discord or is it going to be streamed in any way? Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to have some way of streaming. I mean, we're all going to be there. We're going to be drinking and carrying on, and it's a tattoo convention, and it's 10 p.m. at night when it starts. So we'll put it on, but it might be, on the next day and edited, or it depends on if somebody feels like airing out everything, What happens in Richmond stays in Richmond.
Yeah, there you go.
And this we'll stream it on Discord or just throw our phones on and stream us all there.
Yeah, for sure.
And first dibs on a tattoo booth. How does that work? So is it just a cut the line or something?
Exactly, pretty much that. Yeah. So they have some setup booths where you can go in, and they're going to have some either cheaper or some of, what they did last year was what they called a glory hole, and they had some sheets you could pick from, I want sheet 1 through 5 or whatever it was.
You bring up a glory hole just as Disco's talking about truck stops.
Oh, was that perfect timing or what? No, but you basically just got to go in there and get yourself tattooed at random on one of those tattoos on the sheet. And they're going to have something similar set up now where they're obviously will create a line. And exactly what you said, that allows you to go cutting that line and get right up to the front. That's really what that is.
That is cool, man. And by the way, the Dead Poker Society poker tournament tonight maxed out on the pokernow.club app. 300 people's the max, and there's still people wanting to come in, but I can't let them in. So if you join late, I apologize. They'll always be another one, but man, 300 people, that is great. So this is the first time I've ever had that many players in a poker tournament. So
nice. That's
awesome. Shout out to Dead Poker Society, man. You guys.
Oh yeah, man. We're proud to say that for sure, man. Sorry for the people that aren't going to be able to get in, absolutely. But yeah, that's something to be proud of for sure, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. So what else you got? What else you got, man? The floor is yours.
Yeah, before we leave from that, go ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you talk about like everything that's going on and all of this, and a lot of people think about, talking about minting and like thinking you got to get a bunch, but really it's $25 and get you into all of this. You can just look at it as a membership. You pay more than that to get into all these other things, and as opposed to people always thinking, oh, I'm minting an NFT from a project because everybody, there's so many projects out there. Everybody's always wondering, well, what am I going to mint? What's the value in the project? I mean, with this, we don't ever even think about it as an NFT in the sense like I'm buying and holding this NFT for this project. It's like I'm just paying my $25 membership or $75 if I want all 3 months. It's really just our membership thing that goes on, and literally for that cost. And you just have these opportunities to win, whether you're good at poker, not good at poker, and all the extras come along with it. So it's like I'm a member of this club, and every 3 months, every quarter that you're running these bashes, it's like I want to get in, and I'm taking something home. Krista already won concert tickets. I've won movie tickets. So nice. we got so much stuff coming from the fall bash too that we got lucky with. So it's just wild.
We've got that wheel coming up. He's talking from the summer bash is ending. We've got this big wheel coming up. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'll show you guys that here in just a minute, too. But one thing I did want to say as I heard Frank talking about, before we segue away from the tournament, the 300-person tournament we're talking that starts after this, right? I did want to let people know, in case there's new people in here that are listening and have not got one yet. First place we put up is $100, right, Chaka? So that's the prize currently for anybody that's playing. It's open. You're playing. You win $100, right? If you had minted a fall bash NFT, one of the $25 ones we're talking about, before this game starts, then that's going to actually bump you up to $200 if you win instead of $100. So I want to make sure to throw that out with time so everybody can run and go get one if they want to increase their chances if they think they can win it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you got to have one before the tournament starts, right?
Yeah, man. You got to have one before the tournament starts. Well, obviously you're not going to be able to mint and play at the same time. It's going to be hard to do anyway. But there's no way for us to verify, that without seeing it beforehand. So they all come through the Discord. When everything gets minted, the fun bot pops up and shows us. So once the game starts and the bot stops, basically that's the cutoff window.
Yeah.
So, but the fun part is too, like I said, don't forget, if people are interested and you mint 3, in addition to the 3 that you get, you're going to get that last chance tournament for tomorrow's game where first place is the Oculus. So we keep talking about layering stuff up and giving stuff back. That's one of the things too, right? So it's not only just minting to double your prize here, but it's go ahead and mint, if you can, all 3, and you're going to get that last chance entry, which again is just another free tournament for you at that point. So, it's all about just kind of getting in here and trying to, capitalize on your. It's
impossible not to win something. It really is.
Yeah.
Aaron. It's almost like scratch off lotto tickets, and it's almost so rare that you're not going to hit something or at least get your money's worth back. It's crazy.
Oh, and nice. Then Douglas McMahon said he's going to be broadcasting it on his YouTube channel tonight as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's Lord Galaban. That's how you first stumbled across us, I believe, right?
Yeah, I was watching him. He was hosting a poker tournament, and I was like, what is this? And then I saw Frank. I was like, oh my, What did I stumble across?
Yeah, unfortunately, and that's why I'm so grateful to be able to do this with you, Chaka. Unfortunately, it's a lot of the feedback we get, right? People are like, "Oh, how did I miss this?" or "What did I stumble into?" It's one of the things. I call it my biggest hurdle, right? Is getting the word out there, because in this space, there's a lot of people, playing poker as projects, and then there's a lot of poker projects, and then there's a lot of collaboration poker things, but there's not too many actual poker clubs in the sense of the way we are and that do what we do. But I think one of the hardest things is to get this message that we're trying to get out there today out there, right? Because a lot of times, and I'm not, shaming anybody. We're all out here doing what we can to do, the thing and hustle. But a lot of times, you'll play in a 300-person tournament, you'll get done. And at the end of it, you've got to go jump in 5 or 6 Discords and follow 10 people on Twitter to claim an NFT. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Again, maybe there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got to do their hustle. But the best part about dead poker is, literally we say mint shit and win shit because of that, right? When you mint, if you don't win, you jump in a poker tournament. If you win anything in that poker tournament, as you see in our tournament winners channel, our prizes usually don't take less than 30 minutes to get paid out. Occasionally, if there's a late game and I got to go to bed, I'll do it the next day. But we rarely take ever longer than 48 hours, with the exception of stretch nut circuitry, which I have no idea what I'm talking about with that. But yeah, we had one issue with the fella that was new to a platform and couldn't get a tree, and I'm just making light of it. But that was the actual longest we've ever taken. And the reason I'm harping on that is because I'm proud of that, right?
There you go. I was just going to say, Creature just minted and a fall bash, and he just won movie tickets.
Nice.
Oh, did he? Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And Douglas, go ahead and post your YouTube channel in the chat. I made you mod so you can post the links if you want to share it. That way people will know and they can subscribe and go check it out later. Now you said something about
good. Oh, sorry, Chaka. Go ahead, bro.
No, you said something about a prize wheel.
Oh yeah. Let me show you that prize wheel. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me see. This is.
Hey, do you have your monitor up high? Because it was like you were looking around, like waiting for something to come out.
I'm standing up. Yeah. No, my monitor is up elevated above my camera. Yes.
Yeah, the prize wheel. Let me see the prize.
These are where all of our wheels live. I got excited. Oh, where's the prize wheel? You're making me laugh. My cheeks are hurt. Hold on. So here's the main prize wheel. I think this thing's beautiful. What do you think of it?
Doug says it's great to see your face, even though you look more like a Cornelius, Aaron.
I know. You better call me Cornelius, right? This is what we're giving away. All this stuff you see over here in this list. Essentially, okay, here's the way it goes, right? So in the summer bash, like all the stuff we're talking about for the fall bash, right? There was 40 traits in the whole 1080 collection. There was 40 traits that said instant winner wheel of prizes, okay? And so those 40 people are the 40 people spinning on this wheel, right? But the beauty of it is there's 40 prizes on here. So everybody walks away with a prize. Some folks are going to walk away with something else, right? So when you see these right here, these little $20 ones, we think of $20 as sort of like a consolation almost, right? So when you win the $20, it says, hey, spin the second wheel, right? And so then we go over here. So in addition to the $20, you're going to end up on another wheel where we get to spin for more stuff, which for some reason I can't see right here. Here it is. And so we've got a bunch of NFTs from, projects we're familiar with. So we got some Sinners, we got some Invisible Friends, Heroes of High Ref, Invisible Enemies, Battle Cats, from Marty McTaylor. So we got all this stuff on the wheel too. And then essentially what we're going to do, and the funnest part about it for me, but not maybe for everybody, is what we call the white elephant. And, you're familiar with the Christmas white elephant gift giving, right? So we had a set of collab jokers in our summer bash where we were lucky to have a bunch of amazing artists in the space create some jokers for us. And so in our collection, there were 13 of them. DPS's was one of those 13, right? And so when you won that joker, you got some special perks, some IRL merch and some other stuff. But if you won the DPS joker, it had the white elephant on it.
Oh, okay.
So, with the white elephant, the beauty of it is it's not quite like Christmas, right? So it's on there as a steal ability, right? So the person with the white elephant, if they get lucky enough when I spin this, because the way this works is we take all 40 of them, right? And we put them on this other wheel. So if you look here, we've got the token IDs for all 40 players that have those NFTs, right? And we'll spin this, and that's going to let us know who's getting the prize wheel next each time we go. If the white elephant goes first, then he's lucky enough to get that first win. He can just choose whatever prize he wants on the whole wheel, right? But if he goes anything after first, then he can steal any prize that's already been won. So, hopefully for everybody else, he goes second, right? Because there's only one. But if he goes last, let's say, it's again, choose any prize. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Has been cursing you since you threw that out there, man.
What's that?
The white elephant. Ever since you brought that out, everybody's just been cursing you.
I know, but it's awesome, right?
And real quick, Douglas says,
get stolen. We'll see if they think it's awesome.
Douglas says, "Oh my God, I had no idea Chaka found out about it through the YouTube channel." Yeah, and actually, after when I made the video, I gave you a shout out, and I linked that video in the description box if you want to go back and check it out. Yeah, that white elephant is that's pretty cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thing, like Disco said, he's got 3 spots on the wheel, right? Between me and Krista, we got 6 spots on the wheel just because we minted a bunch and we happen to, hit a bunch of those wheel of prizes. So it's like we're guaranteed 6 prizes off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then one is an ice cream maker.
I keep hearing about this ice cream maker. That must be one of the prizes, the ice cream maker.
Yeah. Sorry, I probably should have stayed on it longer and showed you. But yeah, there's an ice cream maker. There's a PlayStation 5. There's over $500 broken down in different denominations. There's an Oculus 2, MetaQuest Oculus 2. There is what's called a Moleskine, I think is how you pronounce it. But essentially, for any artists or writers, what it is it's like a pen that you would just write in your notebook with or whatever. Like draw, sketch, whatever you're doing in your sketch pad. But at the same time, you do that in real life on your pad, it translates to an app on your computer or on your phone and draws it digitally for you at the same time. So it's like you can instantly, yeah, it's pretty cool. So you got that in there, and then we got a couple of Nana's ledgers, I like to call it, the Nana ledgers. Yeah, we got a couple of those, and then we've got a really cool device which a lot of people aren't familiar with, and I'm probably going to butcher the name, so I won't even try. But I'll tell you, it's a device for your crypto wallet, right? So your seed phrase, you can take it and basically it's almost like, think of etching into metal. You've got these little dials. The
crypto tag?
Yeah, it's like a crypto tag. Yeah. And so you can put it in there. You can store multiple seed phrases. I think like 24 of them. And then there's things like you can store it in your safe or whatever, and it's fireproof and all. It's pretty cool, man. So
I think I've seen like an ad on those, maybe on Twitter or something. That's awesome, man. Those are cool. Yeah,
and they're really cool too because you can actually they'll explain it better in their thing, but you can code one, right? Huh?
Krista said, "Show the wheel again."
Oh, show the wheel again. Okay. Hold on. Let me open up a new thing for it, and then I'll show that because I can't get back into Discord sometimes when I do that. But yeah, the wheel is beautiful. I think I can't wait when we spin it. It's going to get less and less and less each time, but man. When we put it together, I know it seems like, it's just a wheel of prizes, but it took about 3 hours, to put this thing together.
And once again, this was just a bonus to the Summer Bash. This essentially had nothing. You didn't have to win token. You just had to be lucky enough to win, to mint the prize wheel trait on your NFT. And you automatically get a spin on this wheel for however many traits you've minted with that. And you guarantee the prizes. So this is all just a bonus on top of playing in all those games for the 3 months.
That's awesome. Now, did you make this wheel right here? Did you make this, or is this an app or something?
Yeah. There's a site. This site we use, it's Wheel of Names. You can see it right here. It's just wheelofnames.com. And it's a free site to use, and you can just make all these different wheels. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks, it's just a list, but it actually took about 3 hours to get these little icons in there and do all this stuff. But you can see here's like the Oculus, you know what I mean? You got your Frank's ice cream maker right there. There's the Moleskine. We've got the Rhapsody golf launch monitor.
Wow.
For the golfers in the house, there's a golf monitor. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's got a lot of stuff. And then there's of course money on there.
That is awesome. And then also in the poker tournament, you're giving away a Sunday slots entry and NFL dead squares. Could you talk about those a little bit?
Aaron?
Yeah, and the dead squares. Let me go back and show you what those are about. I'm glad you brought them up. I forget all this stuff myself. But
there's so much, man.
Are basically our version.
There's so many avenues to win.
Yeah.
If you know poker.
You can So here's a bunch of chatter in here, but like we'll get to the games and stuff. This was the basketball one we did just for the playoffs for NBA, just for fun. So we just put together a little one right here. But let me get to an NFL one to show you. But you played NFL squares, right? Like just with your friends or whatever. Same concept, right? You go, you buy a square and all that, right? So we do it here, but we do it with the NFT, right? So what happens is, and I'll get to these here real quick. Again, we like to track everything, but what happens is you get an NFT, you mint it, right? And when you mint it, it's going to reveal your numbers. So you can kind of see here where we did the playoffs started right here. These were some of our characters that we made for those NFTs. You can actually see the NFT right there and there. It's just like little basketball players and monsters, essentially. It was a cool little collection of 100 so that we could have a board. A square board's obviously 100 squares, right? And so we just do the same thing. NFL's coming. We did the NFL season. You can see here, for instance. So here's the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. And we had 3 different versions running. That's why you see fourth quarter prize, and fourth quarter prize. And what I mean by that is they were so popular that we sold out of a 100-piece collection right here that were called our Gremlin Dead Squares, right? And then on top of that, we went and made another collection of Underworld Dead Squares, sold out of that. And then because we kept selling out of it, we went up and bumped it up because they're only $10 to buy in. So we bumped this up to $25 and we made a High Rollers Dead Square. So that's why you see the different payouts. These were $10. These were 15 and these were 25. And we just did that by demand, right? Because we literally just created 100 to play our game and they sold out so fast that before the game started, we went ahead and made 2 more collections. And so we had all these people winning these prize amounts you see. And so the way it works is really simple, right? The game here was 21 to 27. So the only difference between regular squares and our squares is it's winning team versus losing team. So the winning team is your first number and the losing team is your second number. So in this case, it would have been 7-1, right? That's the winning square because it's the last 2 digits, right? In this case, it would have been 4-4. So then that would be a tie, right? So in that case of a tie, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4-4. It's not a tie, but the numbers are the same, but the winning team goes on top. So whoever had 4-4, they would have won either way, I guess is what I was saying, right? Because the 4-4 square is the square that won here. And so you can see we do third quarter, same thing, all three, and it goes all the way through. Like here's one we did right here for the Super Bowl game itself, and here was the prize payouts for each quarter. And so that's the best one to look at right there. It's $3,000 in prizes will be won for just the Super Bowl. And that's how we and we do that. We do Sunday slots, we do Sunday Fun Day. We're about to introduce Sunday, we're going to introduce Unfan, which is another subsidiary with Battle Bunnies.
I was just going to bring that up, just because last year's with Unfan, right? The guy won in Unfan. He won a dead square,
right?
Really? Well, yes. Yeah. And then look at how much he won just from being in somewhere else. Was playing the Unfan thing, won a dead square from Dead Poker Side. And what was his total take from all the winnings? You said about
he ended up winning $1,600 total. So what he did, and I think we've got him still here listed, right? But you can see these are all the winners of. We had like instant winners in there too, so that's what you're seeing there. But he won. What he did was he won one set, right? He came over. He had the one that he got from them for free, and he played. The game that was for, because we do all the playoff games, right? So I think it was the first round of the playoffs, if I'm not remembering correctly. And he won that, and he won like $400. So then he turned around with that $400, and he literally just put it all right back into the High Rollers Dead Squares. And then in the High Rollers Dead Squares in the Super Bowl games, all the squares he bought, he ended up walking away with $1,600.
Wow.
Yeah. And so these are so for instance, like here, see, these are the payouts for the High Rollers, right? So you can see 800 for 4, 5, and these are all the quarters, just like you would do regular squares. So he ended up with whatever he won, which I wish I could show where he won because it's in here somewhere, but my thing's so slow right now. But yeah, that's the kind of idea, right? What we keep kind of trying to preach everywhere is that you can come over here and like he did from another project from Unfan, and he came over here with that and he won, and then he took that money and he used it elsewhere. He went into another project, got what he wanted, did what he did, withdrew it and paid his rent with it. I don't know what he did with it, but I mean, he had that ability. And we've had so many people like Klopping came over here. He won a bunch on a giveaway we did on our last mint. And then he was able to actually go mint about 7 or 8 of the Heroes of High Wrath Knights because there was an Ultimate Hero battle money in there that he was trying to win. So if you just look at that alone, that sample, that's 3 projects just working together to bring back utility to one community member. I mean, he literally had 8 chances for an ultimate hero for free because of dead poker, because of something he won. You know,
Wow.
and so it helps dead poker, it helps heroes, it helps battle bunnies, it helps the community, and that's what we're kind of all about, man. We want to give back all this stuff and have fun the whole way we're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's another thing I love about this, what you guys are doing, because my YouTube channel, I love bringing communities together. That's exactly what you guys are doing with all this, with these tournaments. It's great. It's great to get communities together and just have a good time, and chill, man. That's right. Awesome. Right. But I'm curious, how do you implement the Sunday slots? Is that an NFT? Are you implementing an NFT with that also?
Oh my God, that's so fun too.
What's that?
I was just saying that's so much fun too. The Sunday slots. That's wild.
Yeah, on the Sunday slots, we literally just stream, you know. So we'll go in there and we'll go to one of the sites that we play on and we'll just stream it in there. And it's kind of like we pull money together. So if you look at this channel, the arcade channel we have where all this lives, right? We have what we call pickle passes, you know. And so you can literally go, you know, use a pickle pass for many things, right? They're currently priced the same as the collection that we're minting. So for $25, which is also the buy-in for Sunday slots. So you can literally just grab you a pickle pass and you can mint with it. You can grab you a pickle pass and you can play Sunday slots with it. And so essentially what we do is we take a pool of money together. So usually we cap it at 10 players, $25. So it's $250. They'll put in 250. We'll match it with 250 and we'll spin to win, man. We'll just try to get back some money and have a little fun and stream. And we've hit, you know, streaks, man. We went up and down and we tripled and quadrupled our money, and then we've taken it back down to zero. And then we're like, you know, but we're all in a channel, and we call our shit talk channel up here, right? We're all in our channel right here, and we're hanging out, and we're doing it together and just streaming it, man, having fun. And the same thing's going to apply kind of with our DraftKings, if you see here. So I'm glad we're in this channel. One of the things I'd like to say about that, but before I move, let me just real quick say before I move from the pickle passes, the reason there are pickle passes, it comes from a long story, which I think Frank covered last time with you know, Dave Newland there down in the chat here calling somebody a pleasant name on the table out of emotions, you know. And so we all kind of took that as a term of endearment, you know, when somebody's new and they're not quite familiar, maybe from another poker project where they're just used to going all in every hand and stuff like that. You know, we kind of just started calling that pickling, you know. And people are pickling. So we've got all kinds of emojis and gifs and stuff to have fun with this phrase. But it ended up being a token that became a happy accident, right? So we had this pickle pass with all of our other collections, and we were letting people buy in with the idea of it being a day pass, right? The picklers that don't want to buy into the membership, that want to just come and win some prizes, we said, okay, you can go buy a day pass. You know, it started off as a $10 day pass. Where we got lucky is we were able to put this on a credit card on the contract that it lives. So there's an actual ability to buy with credit card, where now Nifty no longer supports that ability with any ease. So because that exists, now we're able to use that, the ability to buy with a credit card is what I'm referring to. We're able to use that for everything else we do. So right now with the fall bash, somebody's minting and they don't know how to mess with Poly, or they don't have any ETH in their wallet, or they don't want to mess with it. They can literally come in here and buy 4 pickle passes on a credit card, right? They turn those into the project, support ticket in here in Discord, and we just airdrop them the 4 NFTs from the mint. And so it's a way to facilitate getting in where you can't otherwise get in. So we can change the price, right? So if we had something we were doing and the price point of entry became, you know, $100 or $50 or whatever it is, we can actually go into the contract and change the price of these. So what we do is we keep them priced at our mint price at $25. And that allows people to come in here and literally just click this button right here. And it's going to open up this little channel right here. And all you got to do is just put in your credit card information, and then you can tell it how many you want. Right? So 10 pickle passes is 10 minutes, right? 5 pickle passes is 5 minutes. And you can see currently, even with the credit card fee, it's only $26 total. I mean, that's with the Matic, the credit card processing fee and everything. And it's as simple as just putting your email address in here. And if you have a wallet, you'll connect it right here, and then you'll pay right here. And that's that simple. Nice. And then what we do is we just void them out once they've been turned in. That's why you see this here. So when you look at the collection on OpenSea, you're going to see many of them are stamped void. That just means it's been turned in and somebody's used it, you know? And so that allows us to do a lot of stuff, giving people access with a credit card.
Going to say too, like that's the one thing, like, you know, it's very unique from minting other projects, right? Because we don't always consider it an NFT projects as much as a big gaming hub, but it's in the NFT world. But with this, Aaron makes it so easy to get in, right? You don't have to just have Poly and then go mint the project and be able to get into. It's like you just come in and say, hey, look, I don't have Poly, or I want to use ETH, or I want to use Venmo, or I have old lawn furniture, whatever it is.
The lawn furniture is still being worked out.
Yeah, we're still but he'll make it so easy so that way you can just buy in credit card, Venmo, right? It's really about getting a membership into the poker club versus minting an NFT project. So it really is that easy. So it's not like for people who are not in the NFT space, but you still want to get in, play poker, do all of that. You could just come in and either Venmo money there. You could use your credit card with this. It's like there's so many ways to get in, so you don't have to like feel overwhelmed about wondering about the NFT space.
And that's a good segue. So say somebody buys an NFT, they have an NFT. How do they play? How do they join the tournament? I know you guys have to download a poker app. Can you walk us through once somebody buys NFT, what do they do next? Because I've actually had some community members ask, like, okay, I have an NFT, what now?
Perfect. Yeah, exactly right. And that's good because I get sidetracked so many different ways. And this was supposed to be the walkthrough that I totally destroyed, right? Sorry about that. But good segue back. Thank you, Chaka. So in all of our channels, which I know it looks overwhelming, but if you just check the categories, you're going to see like they're really broken down nice and easy, like the arcade, right? You know, you've got your poker tournament section here. You've got your founders lounge, which a lot of you don't normally see. If you're not a founder, you won't see this in our Discord, right? And then you've got your fall bash and so forth. If you just scroll up towards the top, there's a welcome channel. And then there's this project info. Here's your welcome channel where you're going to collab to get your role, right? So there's two things you're going to do. Once you've actually gone to the mint and you've minted, and you should do this for every time you mint, right? So even if it automatically hooks you up, which some people do, come in here and collab land join every time. It's as simple as clicking this button, right? And then you're going to use your connected wallet, which if you've done it before, it'll be one. If not, you can connect it. You're going to hit that and it's going to read your wallet. And then look what it does. It gives you all these traits, right? And so what happens after that, if you go look at, let me see where I can find myself real quick. You go in here and look at anybody in particular. Oh, we got mints going on. Awesome.
Yeah.
Like, let's look at Krista. Look at Krista's roles and you'll see what we do. So the way everything's tracked, these are all up above, so I'll ignore these, right? Krista's been here since day one, so she's got some of the old school memberships, all this. I'm going to just pass this to show you where the fall bash is starting, right? So the summer bash is ending here, right here, the last chance, and then we start right into our fall bash, and it's so nice and convenient. It goes in order on your Discord roles. So every time you mint and you collab land like we just did, right, your NFTs are going to get read, and they're going to give you a role. So for Krista, for instance, she's got September, she's got October, she's got November. Because she minted all these, she also automatically got the Halloween tournament and the Thanksgiving tournament, right? She also has already found the last chance entry. That's in the traits, so she's won that. She's also got an October all-in or fold entry, which we can go over that tournament in a minute, but it's the newest, funnest thing we've got going on, and a lot of people enjoy it.
Most funnest ever.
Yeah, the most funnest hotbed of excitement ever, man. It's 10 poker tournaments back to back every 5 minutes, man. So.
A hotbed of excitement.
Yes, it's yes.
I got shirts and merch that on there, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
DPS is coining that phrase, hotbed of excitement.
Yes, it is already coined.
That aside, I was going to say, go ahead. No, you go ahead. Because we'll do this all day long.
Just to finish, sorry. So she's getting all this, and then you see this face fall bash 14 right here. What that means is Krista's already one of the 40 people, because only 40 people can do it, right? Because there's only 40 jokers in the collection. So she's got the fall bash 14 entry. That's another exclusive tournament that you get if you hold all of the cards, right? And you don't have to have minted all of these. You just have to hold all these. You mint these 3 to get in this one, but see how she's got her joker, her ace, her king, her queen, her jack, 10, 9, 8, all the way down to the number 2. So that's because she's minted all those or holds all those in her wallet either way. And that collab land that we did is going to read that, right? So because she has all of these roles, right, what happens is when we go on to Club GG, which I think you can probably see it here. Yeah, you can see it here. When we go on to Club GG, so for instance, tomorrow's tournament's the Summer Bash Last Chance tournament here. It's
now, Club GG is a separate app?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Club GG is the app we play on. It's a pretty popular site. Actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's mobile. It's mobile and it's desktop. So you could play on your phone. And like sometimes I'll start out where I'm sitting at my computer and I'm playing the game, and it's like I'm tired. I want to go sit on the couch. I just click the button on the mobile app, open the app, and it transfers right to my phone, right in mid-game, mid-hand. and now I could just go and take it with you, and then you can come back. So it's really a great app to play on.
That is cool. When you download the Club GG, do you have to connect your Discord? Is that how it's reading the that you have the NFT?
No, that's a Poker Now thing. So remember we did the collab land, and I probably should have gone right here afterwards. And that's my apologies there, but we did collab land, right? We got our roles, right? And that tells you what month you're playing and all that stuff. Immediately after you do that, if you haven't played before, just go right here to official links. And when you go to official links, right, you're going to see all the stuff that's, official. So you don't have to worry about somebody putting links in the Discord or any weird stuff. Just come here and get all the stuff you want. There's the mint page, so forth, the OpenSea collection, the Summer Bash collection, and all that. You're going to see the Club GG information right here. Okay. There's two things to pay attention to. One is this club ID, because you'll need that to get in, right? And then this is the link. So you'll just literally click this link. And when you do this, whether you're on your mobile phone, like Frank said, your PC, whatever it is, when you click this link, it's going to open up Club GG. And Club GG is very broad in the sense of they cover a lot of states, a lot of countries. So some of the rules and things you can do are different. So they do have memberships within the app themselves, right? That has nothing to do with what we do. We do all free rolls. Every tournament we do is a free roll. But if people are in here anyway and they're poker enthusiasts and they want to go ahead and pay whatever the membership fee is, check this out, because depending on what state or country you're in, you can actually get into World Series of Poker sanctioned events through this app. So it's a pretty exclusive app in that sense. Yeah, they sponsor them and stuff. But just scroll down just a little bit, and here's the magic, right? Just download right through here is all you have to do. And so once you've installed that, right, then once you've gotten to that point, you've collab land, you've gone to official links to get your Club GG, then this is going to be what it looks like, and it'll pop up. And so when you're out here like this and you're just looking at all the different, platforms that are there, there's a little thing right here where you can search club at the top. You literally will just type in 400-519, which is our thing there, and then search, and it's already, joined, but it'll show you, if you're new, it'll show you this right here. And you'll see this here. And when you go in and click it, there's going to be a little pop-up that welcomes you and it says hello, welcome, and so forth. And then you're going to actually request to join, right? Because we do have rules, requirements, I should say, for joining. You either have to be invited, by a member or an event. So if we put a tweet out or we have something going on and we're putting this information out, if you were invited by saying, hey, I saw a tweet on Twitter, that'll count as an invite. But you either have to be invited, you have to be level 5 in our Discord, or you have to have won, an event or something that lets you come in, like we gave you a free fall bash or something like that, right? But once you get in, you'll just come here and we get a whole list of people, as you can see here, and we just approve the people that are meant to come in, right? So then at that point, when you get in, you're going to see all of our games. And all the games that are going to go off are going to be on schedule, but they're also going to be up here, which we have one currently happening, so it's not showing it. But they're going to be in our Discord for anybody that wants to, save a reminder. All the tournaments, like even tonight, see, we got our live AMA with you, it's here. We got our poker game next with you, it's up here. We've got our last chance tournament, it's here. So you can go in here and just tell it you're interested in all these, and then you'll get alerts, like, from Discord, right? And so then what happens is once you're there, you've registered, everything's good to go. So like tomorrow, our last chance tournament here, everybody that should be registered is in here already. See, now there's a lot of people that aren't supposed to be playing that'll register too. And that's why we have the Discord roles. So if you don't have the Discord role that says last chance tournament, you're not going to get in this game. Now here's the catch-22 to that. You might got to try to tell me, oh, Aaron, I have the NFT. But if I don't see the role in Discord, I can't let you in, right? And the reason that's happening is because you didn't collaborate and join again, right? Maybe you got that last chance on the secondary and you're like, yeah, I got it, you're done, but you forgot to come in Discord. Just come in and collab every time you pick up one of these, just to make sure you get that role, because we use the roles to approve everybody's entry. And it's that
nice.
Simple.
That's exactly what I wanted to know, because I was unsure. I was like, how do you confirm that they got the NFT, and then how do we connect with the Club GG? That's awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let me just say something also, Chuck, because it is like for people who aren't as familiar, it is a lot of information, right? Oh, where do I go again? This and that. Just come in, just jump in Gen Chat or open a ticket, which the support tickets are easy to open, but really, or you just go in Gen Chat and ask for help. And everybody's always there, knows all the information, willing to help. Aaron's always there. Krista, any of us are always around and will help walk people through point you in the right directions of the channels to get you set up and make sure you're ready to go for the game. So even if you just mint your NFT, like Aaron said, and you're like, yeah, I'm in and got it, and you're not sure what's going on, just ask and you'll get directions and we'll walk you through it to make sure that you collab and join, make sure you got yourself in the game and in Club GG, all of that. So it's not like, you're on your own in this.
And it's not just us either. It's the whole community.
Yeah.
There's so many people in our community that have been here since day one, riding with us since last December, that literally can tell you anything about the project as good as anybody on staff. I mean, there's just so many great community members that will welcome everybody when they come in. How can I help you? Here's how you get on Club GG. We've even got some amazing community members that just literally will say, oh, you're missing this NFT. Oh, you want to play? Here. And they'll send them one of their extras. And all of a sudden, you've got somebody coming in, getting a welcome and getting a September pass to play for a month with us when all they did was come in to check it out. And, just engaging, man, you'll find that we've got one of the best communities. I mean, the Fluffle fam, which you already know with the Battle Bunnies is invaded into DPS, and all of our OGs from some of the older school projects all came with us to DPS. So DPS is more than a community. It's literally a family in the sense that, we all know each other. We've all been around. We're going to our second IRL coming up in Richmond, and everybody's just kind of super close. And so the growth that we've had has been the most organic and amazing growth in the sense that, it's truly a cheers situation to age myself, right? Everybody knows your name when you get in here. Mendoza, one of our recent members from 2 days ago, is a perfect example. He jumped in, he asked, 20 questions, which we don't mind, right? I don't mind the 20 questions when you're actually taking the time. So Mendoza's like, hey, what's going on here? What do I do? I said, check this channel out. He came back. He goes, oh, okay, cool. I need one of the months. What if I get this? And I said, check this channel out, and so forth and so on. So by the time our 30-minute conversation was over, he not only had gone and minted himself all the months, he got himself a couple of instant winners, but he immediately jumped into our mint buddy system. He got 3 other buddies in there. So he's got like 3 mint buddies already going. His mint buddies are now extending their own mint buddy channel. And they're bringing in people, right? And they're all catching on. So early this morning, Mendoza's like, hey, how do I get into this all 14 tournament I keep seeing about, So now he's halfway there from just 2 days ago coming to DPS with the trading and stuff you can do on Poly. It's pennies. So if you've got a September an extra and you need an October, you might trade somebody who's got an October extra for like pennies. And so everybody has fun. They're trading. Somebody's like, hey, I don't play golf. I won the golf thing, but I want to go to the basketball game. They can trade, and so
well, that's just happened too, right? And AJ wound up winning the PGA tickets.
Yeah.
Getting the PGA tickets. Yeah. And they helped me get the last 2 numbers I was missing. We just traded, right? So I could get in the all 14. It's like everybody here is always around, always willing to help, always looking out for each other.
That is great. I really appreciate this deep dive because I've had a lot of questions in the community, and I was just like, join the Discord. I'm not sure I can help you.
Man. I appreciate everything you're doing, Chaka, man. It's great to have the exposure.
Yeah, anytime, man. And you guys, both you guys, anytime you want to jump on and share something on live stream, let me know. We'll set it up. I do have an appointment for somebody to pick up my deep freezer, and I think they're going to be arriving soon. So I'm going to have to go, and they're buying a deep freezer off me. So I got to go do some business.
You got to take care of it. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
what's in the deep freezer?
Nothing now. It was a bunch of meat.
I'm from New York. Deep freezers, always usually mean something else.
Yeah,
it means an episode of 2020.
That's why I got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it. Hopefully Dateline don't watch this stream right here.
Right.
But any
last
words before
in the future.
Any last words before we sign out? We do have the tournament today here in about an hour. If, everybody wants to join, all the 300 come back and check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. But any last words from you guys?
No, man, I would literally just like to thank you. I mean, I always interrupt Frank, so sorry. I apologize for that. But I just want to thank you first off and just say, get in the Discord like Frank was saying earlier, just because everybody that's here listening or anybody that might catch this before that tournament has an opportunity to just double your money right off the bat. And then by doing that, you're also guaranteeing yourself those 8 games like we talked about. You're getting so much for it. So it's $25. Get in if you can. If not, just hang out in our Discord because, listen, we do bring a friend games. We do pop-up games. And we gave away $225 2 weeks ago. We broke it down for a prize pool for players to win, and nobody even had to be a holder, you know? So just get in the Discord, hang out. It's really all about just engagement, you know, bringing in other communities, bringing in other people, and, you know, just having a good time. So that's what I'll say is if you're hesitant, just come to the Discord. And
honestly, it's as simple as tonight, right? With tonight's game, cost 20. If you really are, you know, a good poker player or know, hey, man, I got a good chance of taking this tournament down, go spend $25 now. It goes from 100 to 200.
Right.
That's if you made the cut of 300 because it's maxed. It's maxed out. Nobody else can join. I apologize.
No, I was going to draw. I was like, I missed it. I'll just draw while you guys chat, and I'll watch the game with you.
Oh, cool, perfect. Well, I will see you guys back here in about an hour.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for everything. It's been a lot of fun, brother.
Yeah, and everybody in the chat, hit that like, hit that subscribe. You know, let's get this video out there. Share it on Twitter. I know you guys have already been sharing. I really appreciate it, and it's been great, man. So on that note, I'll see you guys later.
See you in an hour, sir.
See ya.
Chaka Crypto, you're entering the Chakaverse. Chaka Crypto, welcome to the Chakaverse. Chaka Crypto, you're entering the Chakaverse.